Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. Well, the weather is getting nicer, and that means you need to keep an eye out for motorcycles. And we're going to talk about the A.B.A.T.E, or Abate, as some say, club. And we're also going to talk about the Dubois County Motorcycle Club. Joining me in the studio is Roy Rogers, not the real Roy Rogers, but the other Roy Rogers. Also joining us is Suzanne Eckert. And Roy is going to be talking about mostly the Dubois County Motorcycle Club, and Suzanne's going to talk about Abate or A.B.A.T.E. So first of all, let's start out with what is A.B.A.T.E?
A.B.A.T.E is American Bikers Aimed Towards Education. We are a motorcycle rights group, basically a grassroots lobbying group. We fight for the right to ride our motorcycles, to not be profiled. We lobby at the State House to try to keep our rights as motorcyclists and our choices to ride and not wear a vest or a helmet or those kind of things. We also promote motorcycle awareness and do a lot of charity work through our ABC, A.B.A.T.E Bikers Care Charity Foundation.
Okay, and we're going to talk about some of those events that are coming up, some of which will be held by the Dubois County Motorcycle Club. And Roy, how is the Dubois County Motorcycle Club different than A.B.A.T.E, or is it kind of the same but still different?
What we function as, we collect money through various events throughout the year, and then at the end of the year, and like the shirt says, Toys for Tykes is our main motto. That's why we collected the monies, so that we can provide for underprivileged children. We also donate to other charitable groups through the money that we raise.
Okay, and both of these clubs are, well, A.B.A.T.E is a national club.
Yes.
And Dubois County Motorcycle Club is a local club. But when you're a member of both clubs? Are you members of both clubs?
We both are.
We are.
But you do not have to be.
Okay.
They are two separate clubs. A.B.A.T.E is, I said it's much broader. Dubois County Motorcycle Club was started by A.B.A.T.E members, but now there are now members who are not A.B.A.T.E members.
Okay. I guess then are you meeting at two different times when you meet?
Same evening,
Okay.
but two different times. That way, dual members can be, you don't have to go to this location for this meeting or that location for the other meeting. So we just hold them both on the same night, which is the fourth Wednesday of the month at the Jasper Moose at 7 o'clock.
6:30?
6:30, we changed it.
Okay, 6:30 is the new time.
We just changed
We
it.
just changed it last month, and it's not soaked in yet. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Now, one of the things you do is you hold rides that you hold throughout the year, one of which is held in April. It's called the Spring Thaw, which is held at the Evanston Ballpark in Evanston. Now, if you've missed that one, depending on when this show is airing on 18 WJTS, there are many others to follow. Let's talk about some of the ones that are coming up this year, and a special event also is the Blessing of the Bikes. So I guess I'm not sure which one of you is going to talk about which one, but let's talk
about Spring Thaw first, Suzanne, and then I'll...
Well, the only thing I was going to mention about Spring Thaw is it's not just a ride. It is actually a weekend-long party. So, and then we have another one coming up, too. So it's not just a ride. Anybody can come to that. You don't have to ride.
And let's point that out. For any of these things that we talk about,
Absolutely.
You can have a Jeep. You can have a pickup truck. Most likely, you're going to have a motorcycle to be part of these rides.
Correct,
These
but
weekends,
we do have two, the rides that DCMC does. We do have several Jeeps that show up and contribute to the cause also.
Okay, now let's talk about the ride that's May 7th. It's the Honeysuckle Ride.
That is a spring ride that was put, DCMC used to do one ride a year, and we decided, well, we could probably make more money if we had more rides, so we come up with the spring ride, which is called the Honeysuckle Ride. And we looked for a name, and somebody said, oh, well, the honeysuckle will be blooming in May, so let's call it, and that's what it is.
And so that ride is May 7th. Where does that start? Where does that run?
It's going to start at Buffalo Wings and Rings, right at the south edge of Jasper. Probably end up back there. Maybe, we're not completely sure, but it will start there on May the 7th.
Okay, and then also in May, on the 22nd, that is a fundraiser for A.B.A.T.E, or Abate, and that is a Blessing of the Bikes and the Tim Fromey Ride.
Yes.
If you would talk about that, Suzanne.
Okay, that is held at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Jasper. It is park behind the church. I'm not sure with the renovations exactly how to go. We usually park in the circle. They let us park in that circle right behind the church. It's after the 9 o'clock mass, right?
Yes.
And so the priest will come out, he will say a prayer, bless the bikes. We have ribbons for everyone, bless the bikes. Then immediately following that, we have the Tim Fromey Memorial Ride.
Okay.
And that is in honor of a past motorcycle safety trainer who was from Dubois County. And we ride up to Springville where the Indiana Motorcycle Memorial is.
And when you say it's a fundraiser, how are you raising those funds? Is it, I'm paying $10 to ride today, or pass the hat, or you do raffles? How do you do your fundraisers? Or does that vary?
It varies. The blessing of the bikes is completely free.
Okay.
They do pass the bucket for
Usually we give it to the church
and give
or
it
the priest,
back to the
just
church. That one is not so much of a fundraiser. It is just to kind of kick things off. May is Motorcycle Awareness Month as well, so it just kind of gets things going.
Okay.
Most of the events, there is either an admission charge or you pay so much to ride.
And then in June, on June 18th, you have a charity event, but that's still to be determined. Is that correct?
It is the location and everything is still be determined. That one, all the money from that one goes to a specific fund that Abate has that is for giving to other charities, other 501c3s who might be in need. For examples, like American Legion needs their water heater burst.
Okay.
They need a new water heater, things like that.
So that'll be determined at that time. Now,
Right.
some of these things, if you're, obviously you can't remember these dates all the time, you have a Facebook page, is there information available, I guess, through your Facebook pages?
Yes.
So that,
yeah. DCMC has their own Facebook page, Dubois County Motorcycle Club, and then there's several Facebook pages for A.B.A.T.E. You can get on the state level, which is A.B.A.T.E. of Indiana, and then for the Region 10 that we belong in, it's A.B.A.T.E. of Indiana Region 10, which is more specific just to the several counties that we have under our jurisdiction.
okay, so that's how they can find out more information,
Yes.
or if they'd like to be a member, or they could show up just
And
at a
there's-
meeting.
There's
right?
different announcements sometimes if we need to call out real quick to get a ride together for a fallen brother or something. It'll be posted up right on there. So if you're a member, you will get news pretty quick on there.
Okay, and then what is Big John's, oh, go on.
A.B.A.T.E. of Indiana also has a website.
Okay.
So it's abateofindiana.org, which will list the events. There's a calendar of events throughout the state, as well as information on our rider education program, how you can sign up to take the course, and every news that's going on, legislation.
You say a course? So do you teach a course how to ride a motorcycle?
A.B.A.T.E. of Indiana does,
Okay,
yes.
because to
Motorcycle
get a
safety course.
motorcycle license, you don't just go to the license branch and say, okay, I have a motorcycle, I want a
No,
license.
you
have
do
to
not.
you have to prove yourself, right?
Yes.
You have to have an endorsement, yes.
Okay, and so A.B.A.T.E. helps with that by teaching that?
A.B.A.T.E. does have a course that we teach. It's $199. That includes 1 year of membership in A.B.A.T.E. It's a weekend-long course. Friday evening, it's kind of book work. Saturday and Sunday, you're going to ride. At the end of that, if you pass it, then you can take your documentation straight to the BMV and get your endorsement on your license. If you don't do that, you have to test, and a lot of people, I mean, it's a riding skills test, which we offer that as well, but it's a lot harder if you haven't taken the course.
Okay, now
Plus,
let's,
it's very informative and good to know.
oh yeah. Well, let's go on with some of these now. Big John's Ride, July 24th. That's an A.B.A.T.E. or A.B.A.T.E. fundraiser.
Yes. That is our generally a pretty big ride. It starts at the 4-H Park, or Dubois County Park by 4-H
By the 4-H
Fairgrounds. There's a meal included with that one, lots of prizes. Usually a really good turnout and a really, really nice ride. That is a Dubois County ride. Some of these things are regional, some of them are Dubois County. That one's Dubois County, so Rory's actually in charge of that one since he's the Dubois County rep. But it's a really good, fun event.
Okay, well,
We usually roll anywhere between 65 and 100 bikes on that.
wow.
It's
That's a big deal.
it's 38, 39 years, I think it's been going on. The actual bike ride, and then 15 years ago, they changed it to Big John's Ride in honor of a local A.B.A.T.E member who has got like 34, 35 years as a member in A.B.A.T.E. They just honored him and changed it to his name, and everybody now knows it by Big John's Ride.
Okay. Now we'll keep it with you, Roy, because the Strassenfest Car and Motorcycle Show and the Chili Cook-Off, August 6th.
Yes, we inherited the car show. In 2020, we inherited the car show from the JCs. It didn't go in 2020, so last year was our inaugural tryout to see if we could do it, and we did it. We had an excellent turnout for the car bike show and the Chili Cook-Off, and due to the grace of the city of Jasper, they let us invade the whole Schrader complex for our event, so we've got everything down there, and it worked out really good. It was well received by everybody that was down there. All the feedback we got, that we done a good job.
Okay, so that's coming up again. Now, then in August, you also have the Southern Hills Bash, which is a weekend event?
That is a weekend event. It's held at the Ireland Sportsman's Club. So that, I mean, it's just us out there. We rent out the property of the building. There'll be, like on Friday night, there'll be karaoke. Saturday we'll have a fun run, a ride, probably some games, and then band Saturday night.
Camping is available.
Camping is available. The camping is included with the admission. You don't pay any extra to camp. Just come out and party and hang out and have a good time.
All right, then in September 25th, is a Toys for Tykes ride, which is the Dubois County Motorcycle Club.
Yes, and if you ask anybody, they'll know. When people see this shirt, they know immediately it's us. We've been doing this for a long time, and it's one of our biggest fundraisers. We gather up at the Eagles in Huntingburg. They work with us. They'll do breakfast that weekend. We'll have all our T-shirts there by that time that we've got made up throughout the year. When you enter for the ride, you get one free T-shirt. Then you have the availability of buying however many more T-shirts you want. And this is one of our biggest fundraisers. It goes over well.
Okay.
And it can roll anywhere from 65 to 100 bikes too.
And that one, we get sponsors for the T-shirts. So the back of each T-shirt will have one of the
One
sponsors.
sponsor,
Only
not-
one,
not
not
several.
15 of them,
It's
just
your
one.
specific. It's a program that we sell throughout the year to raise money, and we put one sponsor on one set of T-shirts, and it goes over really well.
Each sponsor gets 10 T-shirts for themselves and then 10 that we give away.
Okay, and you're probably looking for sponsors anytime somebody can contact you throughout the year.
Yep.
And make
we can always, Paul down at Jasper and Broderie, he'll kill me for this, but he can always make us more shirts.
Okay, all right. Then we wrap up the year with the Pumpkin Run, October 15th.
Yeah, that one is at Evanston, which is down in Perry County. It's sometimes a little cool, but it is a ride. But it's usually a beautiful ride because that time of year the leaves are changing. You've got the rolling hills down there, beautiful scenery, and that is Jeeps and motorcycles as well.
And we talk about these days, it's really not the last thing that you do because you meet every month.
On the fourth Wednesday.
On the fourth Wednesday of the month at the Moose Club at 6:30, which is the new time.
Correct.
Okay, right? Is that
Correct.
right? Roy, got
You
that right?
bailed me out. Thank
Okay.
you.
We do the DCMC meeting and then immediately following the A.B.A.T.E meeting.
Okay,
Right.
and you don't have to be a member of both clubs. You could be a member of one or the other. Most people are probably a member of both clubs.
Correct.
Okay.
We did have a couple of new people show up last week that were basically A.B.A.T.E members that had never been to a meeting, and they wanted to come to see what it was all about, and maybe they'll come back to some more meetings.
And you don't have to be a member to come if you want to just hear what we're doing.
And you don't have to be a
Anybody's
member to do these rides either.
Absolutely
You
not.
don't
All of
show
the
up-
events are open to the
No, we
public.
get a lot of people that ride both rides. A.B.A.T.E, DCMC, they just want to ride.
And some people don't ride at all that are members of one or both. I said the parties, they'll come to those or they'll bring their car, whatever. We're not particular.
All right. Well, Suzanne Eckert and Roy Rogers, thank you very much for being our guests. A.B.A.T.E stands for American Bikers Aimed Toward Education, and there's also the Dubois County Motorcycle Club. We'd like to thank both of you for coming in and talking with us. So we let people know about it. Find out more by checking out their Facebook page. Go to one of their meetings or just find somebody that's a member and ask them about these clubs. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.